You can't stop me now. Can't stop me now. My feet have come too far for you to tie 'em to the ground. You can't stop me now.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're wondering why there's such a big smile on my face today, it's for the first time I have done scuba diving. Let's just go ahead and just show you that right now. Let's go snorkeling. So now you join me in Aqaba, which is the city of Jordan, which borders the Red Sea, right next to Israel and off into towards Palestine. We've had a busy day, as you've just seen, scuba diving and snorkeling and all that jazz. It was my first time. I was kind of apprehensive as to whether I was going to enjoy it, but I really did. This evening's plans is to wander down into Aqaba from our hostel, try and see a couple of landmarks. Apparently there's a castle, and then this big flagpole which you can see from everywhere based around the Arab Revolt. So we're going to go see if we can have a look at them, and then find basically somewhere to eat. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m, we're getting in a car with someone we met today at diving, and we're heading up to Wadi Rum to stay in the desert. Apparently they filmed a lot of movies there, and people that are also Star Wars fans like me, they did the newer ones. Yeah, I'm super excited to just be in a desert that looks like a moon supposedly, and also the idea that films were made there that I've literally sat and watched at home. So let's head down, see what we can find, get some grub. And the next time you see me, I will probably be in the desert. Time to go, and I shall see you all soon. Yes now, people, and welcome to the desert. Yes, you heard me right. You joined me in the middle of the Wadi Rum desert. Our camp here, the fire camp, is around 10 to 15 kilometers outside of the Wadi Rum village, which is the beginning point of the protected area. We traveled here today from Aqaba via a taxi, so that was quite nice. Didn't have to go to the bus station. We had to wait for the other guests to be checked out and taken back, so we just sat and chilled in this lovely little building, drinking tea. We were even sharing lunch / breakfast, whatever it was, with some of the local guys who work here at Fire. Bread, dipping it in hummus. We've got potato, some eggplant, everything seasoned nicely, falafel balls. This video is all about surreal and new experiences. Yesterday I dived for the first time, and now I find myself in the middle of a desert. This is just brilliant. After tonight's stay, we're going to get up and go on a full day tour tomorrow via jeep. Anyway, I've just talked at you a lot there. There was a lot to get off my chest. It's a really overwhelming and crazy experience, and I could talk at you for hours and hours and hours, but I won't bore you with that. Let's just skip this part of me talking, and let's just show you visually, which is what this channel is all about. I shall leave you now, my lovely people, as I take a stroll through the desert back to the camp. See you later. Let's go. Okay, so we are just starting our day tour. It's just gone 9 o'clock. We've come via jeep to this mountainside here, where there is a spring. We've got the next 9 hours touring through the desert. So yeah, not much point talking about it. Let's just go and see. Here we are on the side of a mountain. Next to, you see this extremely green patch here. It's called the Lawrence Spring. It's one of the 30 to 40 springs which feeds all of the water that helps the nomadian people of the Wadi Rum Desert well watered and fed. As you can see, there's a really intricate sort of well system here. So they've allowed the water to filter. They let it fill into a well, and then they have pipes that go down to a little settlement down the bottom where they distribute the water. But yeah, this is just crazy feats of engineering. Alrighty, it is the afternoon. We have had a lovely day touring around, visiting a few landmarks and sites. So we started off at the Lawrence Spring, which I don't think I mentioned earlier, is named after Lawrence of Arabia. Some of you may or may not be aware of the whole story behind that. We then visited a little small sand dune, which I ran down, obviously. Then from there, we went on to a canyon that was full of inscriptions, followed by a trip to see this rock, which is for some reason shaped like a mushroom. We had a spot of lunch, basically just went into an alcove in the rocks, and he made a fire and cooked us a full dinner. Oh, and I drove the car. Yeah, I drove the car. That was class. We're now about to go walk through this canyon here, meet the guy on the other side. Other things that we've got left is stuff like this, walk through here, and then eventually we're going to do some sandboarding. So I'm looking forward to that. As I melt under the midday sun, let's go walk through this canyon. And just like that, this day in the Wadi Rum village is nearly over. Absolutely stunning views and weather, and just, yeah, just a stunning day. Obviously had a good morning and a big lunch, and then once he'd cooked for us, we headed off to do a couple more things, finishing off with a lovely sit by the sunset. Couldn't have finished the day better at all. Finally back here to wash an incredible amount of sand out of my ears and hair after a slight sandboarding accident, as you will have seen. And so all that's left is a spot of dinner, sit around the fire again, enjoy this while it lasts, and then tomorrow we'll see what happens.